Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's rising star, faces career-threatening battle. At 18, Lamine Yamal is a footballing prodigy whose talent has lit up stadiums from Camp Nou to international arenas. But behind the accolades, records, and headlines lies a stark and troubling reality. Yamal is battling a chronic, potentially incurable condition that threatens not only his performance but the trajectory of his career. The diagnosis? Pubalgia, a debilitating condition affecting the lower abdomen and groin, where muscle, tendon, and bone converge. For athletes, particularly those relying on speed, agility, and explosive movement, pubalgia is more than just discomfort, it is a career-altering hazard. Experts warn that if not properly managed, it can reduce movement, shooting ability, and endurance, and in Yamal's case, reports suggest his ability to perform is already diminished by nearly 50%. Yamal has already missed matches this season due to flare-ups. Barcelona, aware of the recurring problem, has stressed the importance of careful management, yet the Spain national team has fielded him despite the risks. The friction between club and country highlights a cruel truth in modern football. Young stars are thrust into the limelight before their bodies are fully ready, often at great personal cost. The physical toll is obvious. Long walks carrying heavy loads during training, explosive sprints, and repeated kicking motions strain the vulnerable area further. But the psychological burden is equally heavy. Imagine the pressure on an 18-year-old whose body betrays him, whose brilliance is watched by millions, and whose every step could exacerbate an injury that may never fully heal. Pubalgia is notoriously resistant to treatment. While some athletes manage symptoms with physiotherapy, rest, and load management, others endure recurring pain that can define their careers. You'll have to live with it, one leading physiotherapist reportedly stated about Yamal's condition, a chilling acknowledgement of the long-term challenge. Barcelona faces a critical decision: protect Yamal for the long-term or risk short-term brilliance at the cost of his future. The stakes could not be higher. History is littered with young talents who burned brightly but whose careers were curtailed by chronic injury, and Yamal's situation is a textbook example of how modern football's intensity collides with human limits. The wider lesson is clear. Football's youth-driven pipeline prioritizes performance over preservation. Clubs, federations, and agents must balance the desire for instant glory with the responsibility to safeguard longevity. For Yamal, this means rigorous medical supervision, strict load management, and, above all, patience. His path forward is not about immediate accolades but enduring brilliance. A chance to survive as a player, not just dazzle for a season. Lamine Yamal's story is more than a tale of talent. It is a warning. Elite skill means nothing without durability. And in the age of 24/7 football, the human body is the final arbiter. The question now is whether Barcelona, Spain, and Yamal himself have the wisdom to respect it, or whether the next headline will be about what might have been. Sources: Cadena or Give Me Sport, Barca Blog Reigns, FIFPro research on young players' injury risk.